Welcome back. Today I'm joined by Mark Rabinowitz, who is here on behalf of Thrive. Well, Mark, it's been a little while, but I do appreciate sending all of those pictures. Thank you so much.
Happy to do so.
Well, we were asking for some doggies and kitties and animals this month, and we're hoping that next month people will send in some more things. Haven't decided what we're looking for yet, but we'll have to decide.
Well, I've got some photographs of some dogs out on the street, but they weren't mine, so I couldn't send you anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have somebody else send in those too, but I need to know what their names are.
Yeah.
And who to thank, you know? So, yeah. No kidding. Okay, so Thrive. We've talked to various people that are involved in Thrive, and each one of you have something different to say. So I'm sure you have something a little bit different than the next person. But first, tell me a little bit about what Thrive means.
Well, Thrive is kind of a blanket that covers a lot of different things. We're hoping covers people helping people. You know, knock on your next door neighbor's door, and if they're a little bit on the older side, and just make sure they're okay. Or if they can't get out, if you're going to the market, can you help them? Can you pick anything up? We were just talking about dogs. Can you take their dog for a walk if they're unable to?
Right.
That type of thing. Nothing big, just helping your village neighbors.
Right. And I would imagine that with COVID-19 now in the past several months, we've had people who pretty much have isolated themselves. Are you still able to carry out your helping neighbor concept?
Now, which contest was that?
Concept.
Oh, concept.
Yeah.
If you put on a mask and you knock on their door and you stand back and you just simply ask the question when they open the door. Right. Or call them on the telephone, or send them an email or a text message, or carrier pigeons, or throw a rock through their window with a note on it.
No kidding. Yeah, well, however you do it, it's nice to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, it just helps to keep people connected. And right now, that's a very big deal, as we all know.
Right. And now, how do you hear about the stories of somebody doing this? I mean, I imagine you want to hear about people if something good is happening.
Yes.
How do we find out about that?
Well, we were talking just a minute or two ago about the posters that go up, that I've been putting up on the message board. Mm-hmm. At the bottom of those posters is an email address. It's thriveinthevillage, all lowercase, straight across, at gmail.com. Mm-hmm. And folks have started to send in little notes about, oh, they helped this person do that, or whatever it happens to be. Mm-hmm. And that's how we're continuing to get messages from people in the village. Then what happens with those messages, it just doesn't end there. Lucy Parker and Tom Nash then put together a PSA, which all of them are running on Channel 6, mm-hmm. About that individual email, what happened or what was done, or et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. Again, it's just a way of helping to give folks ideas on how each of us can help the other guy. Really what it comes down to.
Right, and I'm imagining that those little notes might make someone feel pretty good in terms of maybe it wasn't you who received the kindness, but it does give you hope that there are people out there that are kind.
Sure, and we know there are. I would take back the throw the rock through the window with the message on it. But other than that, there's any number of ways of contacting somebody on the other side of the village, your neighbor, just going for a walk. I know Carol and I walk as many mornings as we can. And we simply say good morning to everybody that goes by us, whether they respond or not. It's just our way of saying we see you and we care about you.
So let me ask you this.
So that's what we do.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what you do. And I think that's nice, because then people who may not be having such a great morning, at least you've acknowledged that. And I think that's something we all have tried to take into consideration, that everybody comes to you with some sort of, situation going on, and you don't know.
That's right.
Something like that is always a nice thing. Give me an example of some of the things that people have been doing that are nice.
Well, I don't see those. Well, okay, I'll just talk about on a personal level, because I don't see the emails that come in.
All right.
As I said, saying hello to people who are walking by you and whose eyes are down on the ground, and they just look like they've lost their best friend, and suddenly their head goes up and there's a little bit of a smile. Oh, somebody recognized me.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Okay.
Helping somebody across the street who is older and is out walking, and they can't quite get the whole way without a little help. God knows how many people Carol and I have helped in certain instances like that.
Right.
But we see other folks helping.
Okay.
I suppose there's almost an infinite number of ways that can be done.
Are you seeing a change?
In what?
People's behaviors overall. Is the kindness campaign working?
I think so. And the reason I say that is we're starting to get more and more people responding to our suggestion that, hey, send us your nice happening, and let us do something with it to project a little happiness. You can watch the news every morning and all day, as we all do, and all it is COVID, 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 the world is coming to an end. And that isn't true.
Right.
You got to keep a smile on your face, and you have to keep going. And it's one of the ways that we are trying to help people in the village who maybe don't see things the way we do.
Right.
We're not forcing anybody. We're simply try it and see if it works. If it does,
right.
Good way to start a day, or a good way to end a day.
That's great.
Yeah, it's what we have to do.
Well, you know what, you have to, like you said, we're all volunteers in a lot of ways. We're all volunteering to try to make the village a better place to live as a whole. And, putting together this committee to move forward, I think, it's going to take time, because people need to have the repetition where they need to hear those things on a regular basis, especially because, as you pointed out, our TVs, if you have them on all day long and you're watching the news, it's just a bunch of garbage, and it's all negative. When you really wish there was one channel that you could turn to where it was just all happy.
Yeah, exactly. Carol and I last night we were watching some series on Netflix, and it was, doom and gloom, and everybody was dying every 5 minutes. And I looked at Carol and said, let's find something happy.
Yeah.
And so we changed the station. But that's the same way in life to me. Lisa, is if all you hear is doom and gloom, then that's what your head gets filled with.
Right.
Got to be a little room in there for a smile.
Exactly. So I like the way you said that, hey, if it's just too much, just change the station.
Simple. You push a button.
Wouldn't that be great if today, I don't like today, I want to change channels.
I would love it. Yes. Yeah. I'd like to fly over the village and sprinkle happy dust all over the place.
Dust.
Yeah, exactly.
So overall, what is kind of going down the pike here for Thrive?
Well, the way things are right now, our main goal is to do what we've just been talking about, and that is to try and project one little ray of sunshine that might fall on somebody who needs it. A smile, a wave, a phone call, just checking on you. How are you doing? It doesn't change much. We as a species continue to do the same things, and we have to help our fellow species member get out of some dark places sometimes.
Exactly.
And that's, to me, the bottom line is, you got a smile? Show me. Just like when I photograph. Folks are always, you know, somebody with a camera says to you, smile, and you give them a hey, smile. I look at them and I tell them, look right here in my forehead, think of the happiest thing that you can, and then put that happy right here. And everybody gives me a genuine smile when I do that.
There you go.
So it's that type of a process.
Okay.
I think.
I mean, it sounds great. It sounds great. And the more you guys give out that information and you know, the more I think you're going to sell people on the fact that being kind is something that, you know, you could do every day.
There's a lot of people in this village who do a lot of nice things for other people that nobody ever knows about. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we do with those PSAs is we try and show other folks what has been done and what can be done. Small, easy to do things that just help other people. That's all.
Well, that's good. And I think that's great. And I appreciate you taking the time to share with us
Happy.
The great things you guys are doing at Thrive.
Thank you. We're going to keep doing it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good, Mark. Thanks for taking the time.
Okay. We'll see you later.
All right. And we'll be right back after this.